next topic. Rian Johnson will not or cannot direct any episodes with The Mandalorian, and it doesn't look like he's going to be continuing with Disney going forward. I do want to get your opinion on this real quick because I only read a little bit of the source that he's not going to be directing any episodes of The Mandalorian. Either because he's too busy with the schedule or because that Disney has kind of turned a little bit.
I think what happened is he called Kathleen Kennedy. He was like, hey, I really like to direct an episode of The Mandalorian. And I think Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni was like, hey, no. Mm-hmm. We don't want you near this. But I mean, that's what they're saying. I don't know for sure. Yeah. I know it's going to take this with a grain of salt. Yeah. But I mean, Rian Johnson, he was, like I said, he was maybe 2 or 3 scenes away from a really awesome Star Wars movie.
I think he's about 50% of a bad movie and 50% of a pretty good movie.
Like I could accept all the stuff with Luke Skywalker being messing up and trying to kill, but at the end I just felt like he needed to have more to the character. Move a little closer.
Yeah, move a little closer.
Okay, but I'm pretty sure if he was to come in, they wouldn't say, "Hey, do whatever you want." They're gonna be like, "Hey, this is the narrative. This is you got this much room to work with, that much room to work with, and if you don't want to work with that, you can go kiss my butt."
Yeah, because here's the deal: Rian Johnson's a great director. Yeah, I don't think that's any deny. If of anything, the cinematography and the direction and the actors of The Last Jedi, I don't think anyone can fault that because the direction was beautiful, the cinematography is beautiful, and the acting for the most part was pretty good. And I just think the problem with that movie was the writing, and if they're going to allow him to come in, which I think they probably should because he's a really good director. Again, Knives Out, he's capable of doing really, really good movies. They should allow him to direct, but they shouldn't give him creative control or like writing control. They need to give him parameters, and I agree with you on that.
And if he was to do it, they would be within parameters, man. Mm-hmm. And maybe he might learn a thing or two by Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni. Being on the set with these guys, you'd be like, you know what? I didn't get it, but now I do.
Yeah.
I've learned from the masters. Now, give me another chance to go redeem myself.
Definitely. Because I think one of the biggest problems with some of the Hollywood elite people is to say that there's nothing that you did wrong. I think the biggest problem with what his response was to the criticisms of The Last Jedi is I did nothing wrong and I 100% stand by what I did. That's 1% to stand by what you did as a creative. I'll stand by my creative decisions as a director myself, but I'll also understand dude, I'm not perfect. I have faults, and I will allow people if people have a better opinion than me or a better an option this would work better than what you have, then I'll agree with that for the most. I'll try to work with other people, and I think that's what he should have done. He should have recognized no, there are faults to this script and there are faults to this storytelling and then the movie that you made. And what Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni have created is an environment where creatives can come together and work together, not just say no, I know better than you. I know my Star Wars, but let's see what you have to say because I want to hear your opinion as well. I want to work with you. I don't want to be top dog. I want to work with you. Let's have this a partnership. So
absolutely, man. I'm totally with that. I think it'd be like that, man. They'd be come in and let's work as a team, man. And because that's the problem with Hollywood. There's a lot of everyone gets a lot of yes men. They tell you exactly what you want to hear. And me as a person, I'm a strong believer in the truth will set you free, but first it's gonna piss you off. Yeah, and that's just something I believe in. So I'd rather someone give it to me hey, this movie sucks, man. We should really redo this story because this ain't working, bro. I love you, and I'm glad you gave me the job as producer. Because because you couldn't pick anybody else. But we need to rethink this, bro. And I think we need more people like that in Hollywood, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, people who are not kind of what Falcon said to Bucky, you ready for some tough love? Yeah, some tough love. Yeah. It's criticism, but not in a way where I'm demeaning. An understanding that I want to make a good product with you, and I'm trying to shift you in a way where I'm going to improve the product in the end.
Because the season's they write the season. They write the scripts. Yeah. They just pick people to direct those episodes. Yeah. So that it would already be written by them. He would just come in and direct it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So he wouldn't really have story. I don't know, man. People had a lot of hate for the prequels. Mm-hmm. And now you get a lot of prequel love. Because, forgive and forget, dude. Yeah. I think Rian Johnson deserves some forgive and forget too, man.
He does. And again, I think that will come over time.
You know,
I will probably always have, like, I don't think my opinion will change a lot on The Last Jedi. I have respect for what he did, and I have respect for the things he tried to do that I don't necessarily think he succeeded in, but he definitely tried, and especially in like a big Hollywood movie. I think that he just has rooms to grow, and if given the opportunity, which I think he should, I think he should be given a second chance and an opportunity. He can learn, he can improve.
Yeah, they will not let him fail.
Yeah.
Again.
So.